This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Well, I mean, as I was going live, I did see that Biden announced his official run for presidential candidate. All right, I had to clean your face. So our President Biden is rerunning in 2024 alongside Kamala Harris. This is going to be interesting. I would love to see how many people come out and vote. Before we even get into that, I'm going to go ahead and just play the positive vibes of the day. All right. You know. Oh, wait a minute. One second, guys. Here it is.
Step one, wake up early, gon' rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, we're gonna rap the song. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, we might have a light audience today. People think I'm at work, and I normally I am at work on Tuesday. Good morning, Cheryl Lee. Good morning. But as you guys know, my car is in the at the dealer, right? And I do not drive to work, so that's not my dilemma, right? I do not drive to work. I take the bus to work, but I have a loaner car. Oh, I'm gonna cry real fucking tears when I gotta give this new car back, right? And so this morning, last night, all through the night, and then this morning, whenever a thought crossed my mind, it was about work today. Do I drive to work? Although I love this car, I did not want to drive it to work. I want to think of a lot of reasons to drive this car, but one of the reasons is not to work, right? I didn't feel like driving it to work. One, I don't feel like dealing with the traffic. I didn't feel like paying 20 something dollars to park my car. And then I didn't want to deal with the traffic coming back home. And so then I said, okay, I'm not going to drive to work. Then I said, okay, I'm just going to take the bus like I normally do. Then I said, what if this car dealership calls me at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and says, your car is ready, right? Then I'd have to get on the bus to leave, to come back home, to get the loaner car, to drive it 20 minutes away from where I live. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to work from home. I'm not going to stress myself. And so that's what I did. And so that's why I'm here this morning. All right. And so I don't know if my car is going to be ready today. Right. I mean, I keep saying, listen, take y'all motherfucking time. I'm happy driving this loaner car. All right. I am so very happy. Okay. They're waiting for the power assembly piece for my car. And I hope it's back ordered. I hope China said, F y'all. It's not going to be available for a week. Now, if they just say, listen, you got to have the loaner car for a week, baby, I will plan a whole fucking weekend trip. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And I'm not in a hurry to give this car dealership $1,600. You know, it's so funny because y'all know I go on TikTok before I jump on live here. And I was saying that I'm going to cry 2 big crocodile tears today. 1, because I got to give back the loaner car. 2, because I got to pay $1,600 of repair service for my car. So some guy on TikTok said, let me cash app you some money. And I was like, no, because the last time a motherfucker offered cash app and I gave them my cash app info, they cash apped me $25 or some shit like that. It was something real stupid. It might have been even less than that, right? And then they turned around and asked for a refund. And I was like, what? How do you send me lunch money or whatever the fuck you sent me and then turn around and ask for a refund? I gave it right back to him. I made him wait 24 hours. I was like, fuck you. You're not going to get it back right away, right? But I did ultimately refund the person back the next day. So I'm very leery when people be like, give me your cash app. I'm not one to be scrolling my cash app across my podcast and stuff like that. And I'm not judging those who do. Good morning, Amparo. I'm not judging those that do. Okay. I don't do it because I don't fucking feel like motherfuckers giving me money and then asking for a refund and then I got to fight with Cash App. I don't want to do it. But good morning, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Come on in and sit down. You know, I love nature. Before I read the positive thought of today, I just want to share something that I watched on YouTube. I'm not on YouTube, on Netflix the other day. It's called Chimp Nation or something like that. It's about the chimpanzees. Do y'all see that on Netflix? About the chimps? It's a documentary. I love National Geographic shit like that about wildlife and shit like that. But this particular series, I think it's about 6 episodes. Oh my God, y'all. If y'all had not watched it and you love wildlife and shit like that, you have to watch this. The way, when I watch wildlife documentaries, the cinematography has to be crisp, right? For me. And the person narrating what's going on, I have to enjoy their voice, right? And I did. I enjoyed this whole series about the chimps, right? It just these motherfuckers, it made me look at, the movie, The Planet of the Apes, like the newer version, not the old throwback version when I was young, but the newer versions, right? It made me look at those movies and go, damn, these motherfuckers really studied these chimpanzees. They really studied these apes. If you look at that special on Netflix, them motherfuckers look like humans in ape costumes. The way they hunt, the way they communicate, the way they take care of their kids, the way they fight over territory in the jungle, right? The way they show their dominance okay, in the jungle, the way you see someone else trying to rise up and take position. It is so crazy how y'all have got to see the chimp documentary on Netflix. I'm telling you, it will not be a waste. It is so amazing how these apes live in these communities and how they communicate and the problems that they have, right? I don't even want to talk about the details because if anybody on here is interested, I would really like y'all to take a look at it. I don't even want to give y'all no. I mean, at the end, I think I shed a tear before the end and definitely at the end. And when it went off, I wanted more. It's so much more I would love to learn about them. Shirley, listen, they are so fucking intelligent. Like, they are really intelligent. They are super intelligent. And so if you're interested in shit like that, go ahead and, go ahead and do it up. All right. April 25th. Y'all know April has been the month of acknowledgement, right? And we're probably going to have a light audience today because people think I'm at work and I should have been at work, right? But I'm not. I'm here. And I decided to come on and spread some love. April 25th. Okay. I do. Hillbilly. I'm dead. I'm so fucking dead. Hillbilly said, I do birds of paradise dances for my wife. You know what? I want to laugh at that. And I am giggling inside Hillbilly, but I think that's so beautiful at the same damn time. There's so many men out here today. Hey, So Blessed, good morning. That are afraid to express their love or their attraction or whatever for their partners. Like, so many people operating out of their pride and their ego, right? So for you to tell me that you do birds of paradise dances for your wife, that's like you letting her know, come and get this shit. Like, I love you. I want to mate with your ass. Okay, that's some sexy shit. I'm just saying. I am willing to acknowledge. Now, this is a good one, y'all. Now, I've read the top of it and I said to myself, this is a good one because this one, I didn't read the whole thing, but based on the first couple of sentences, this message is for me. All right. And if this message is for you, please take it. Okay. Please take it and do some shit with it because I could tell this is going to be a good one. All right. I am willing to acknowledge the truth must be told in a way it can be heard. A lot of us need to pay attention to this, y'all. Okay. I am willing to acknowledge the truth must be told in a way it can be heard. Some people are very good at using a razor blade with a smile. Their words are so smooth, so sweet, and soft-spoken. It may take you a moment to realize that you have been cut. While you are standing there bleeding, no, hemorrhaging, they put the razor blade away long enough to ask you, "What's the matter, honey?" Often the person is speaking the truth, but truth is not the issue here. How the truth is told is the issue. A sweet, gentle, smiling razor blade is still a razor blade. You know how people, and I'm going to continue reading, you know how people say some smart shit out their mouth with a smile on their face? Right? And then when you get mad, they be like, "Oh, I'm just kidding," or, "Oh my God, you took it so harsh. It was just light." No, motherfucker. This says a razor blade is still a razor blade with a smile on it. Okay? Most people are open to hearing the truth when it is said in a way they can hear it. People cannot hear you when you make them wrong. People cannot hear you when you attack their weaknesses. People cannot hear what you are saying if by saying it, you are making yourself better than they are. You know how some people in conversations be like, "Oh my God, that was stupid. I would never do that. That's not a person giving you advice from a loving place, right? They might mean what they say, and what they say might be true, right? But how they said it was mean, it was biting, it was razor blade, it was cutting. It was intended for you to bleed, right? And when you tell these people, damn, their defense is, well, I'm just telling you the truth, and they think it's okay. Okay? Do not make the mistake of believing that the people you speak to do not know what you really mean. They know what the fuck they're doing. They know exactly what they did. They do. If there is one thread of judgment, of criticism, or degeneration in what you say, they are not going to hear you. In fact, they are going to shut you out. You know how people say, well, I gave the motherfuckers advice and they didn't listen. Why didn't they listen? See, you just think your friend don't want to listen to your advice. So you go, I'm tired of giving her advice because she don't take my advice anyway. That might not be it. Maybe she not taking your advice because she or he shut you out because the way you delivered your advice, they couldn't hear the good in it. If you want to ensure that people will hear you when you talk about difficult or uncomfortable situations, speak to them from your heart. Speak to them from a place of compassion and concern. See yourself as their teacher, their healer, the step to their next level of spiritual, emotional growth. See them as part of yourself that does not like to be wrong, does not like to be criticized, does not like to be cut to shreds in the process of learning. Until today, you may have told the truth in a stinging, biting, or cutting way that meant people could not hear you. Just for today, practice telling yourself some truth about yourself that is difficult for you to hear. When you master the art of telling yourself the truth lovingly, use what you have learned when talking to other people. Do you talk to yourself the same way, cutting and biting, as you talk to other people? When you're giving them advice, when you sit down and you're asking yourself about your life and you are manifesting and asking for better things in your life, are you doing it in an unloving and a harsh and a biting way? Or are you speaking to yourself in a loving way? And if you find that you are speaking to yourself in a loving way, but yet you have a biting and cutting tongue when it comes to other people, you need to work on that. Or maybe you're talking to yourself in that negative way also. Today, I am devoted to learning how to tell the truth in a gentle, compassionate, and loving manner. I know a couple of motherfuckers that could read this, right? I have had arguments with people that feel like they could tell you stuff any old way they want to tell you, and their position is, well, I'm telling the truth. If you can't take it, too bad. It has nothing to do with that. You're being disrespectful. You're being mean. Okay? That is not, people cannot hear a person that's being mean, that's being biting, right? And then the other person, instead of recognizing their delivery method, right, they'll tell another population of people, oh, that person's life is shit, or they don't want to take advice, or they don't want to take this, and those other people might believe them, right? This is where we have to step back and take accountability in who we are, what we're accepting, and what we're giving out. Are you the person that has the biting tongue, that has the cutting tongue? That was me. It's still me sometimes. But where I've changed, and I'm just being honest, where I've changed is I'm trying to think about what has upset me, and then I try to think about how to deliver it before I deliver it, because I know that my tongue can be biting. I know that I can cut you. And that don't be my intent. But this is some of the shit that I be talking about when I say sometimes we grow up in toxic environments and we normalize our toxic behaviors. I know whole families where the whole family, the way that they communicate with each other is like, fuck this, fuck that. And they're very aggressive with each other and they laugh about it and they go, but this is how we do. Because they have normalized toxic communication. And then when they talk to someone outside of their family and they're not receptive to it, they're confused. And their defense is, well, this is how the fuck I am. Clara, you're on the wrong live, obviously. Hillbilly said, that's a difficult task. Communication is difficult. Describing a vase is one thing. Describing an emotion is uber hard. Okay. Cheryl Lee said, right, just like it said, there is some truth to every joke. There are people, though, Cheryl Lee, that will communicate in ways where everything is a fucking joke. Right? And you catch them, you be like, what? And they be like, oh, I'm just kidding. You be like, for real, you just kidding? My ex was like that. Right? Like he used to say shit. This is that fuck with your head type shit, that mental shit where they mentally try to break you down, where they mentally make you think you're crazy. And you start to say, am I fucking crazy? Right? And so he used to say shit and I'd be like, what? And he'd be like, I'm just kidding. And after a while, I'd be like, you know what? You got a lot of just kiddings. Like, you ain't the fuck just kidding. You say you just kidding because you see me getting ready to go the fuck off. So now you trying to turn it into a joke. But I wasn't laughing. I wasn't laughing half of the fucking time. Toxic communication. Good morning, Miss Taylor. Okay. Yeah. Toxic communication. How do we communicate, right? Do you have a bite in your tone when you are giving someone advice? Right? Are you the person that is proud to deliver a message deemed a harsh truth? Good morning, Ghost. Do you blame the other person for receiving the message in a hurtful way? Are you this person? Right? And I'm going to say, I used to be that person, and I'm still a work in progress, right? I try to think about what I say before I say it because I have been pulled to the carpet. I have been pulled to the carpet for coming across in very biting ways. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, I didn't mean it that way. And I didn't, right? But that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's when you know you are still growing and you're open to growth. When you hear a person go, well, that's how the fuck I am, and they don't care how you took it. They feel like you should be able to swallow whatever delivery method they used. That's a person who is toxic, who is not willing to grow, who doesn't give a fuck about your feelings, who is giving you advice and criticism from a hurtful and a judgmental place. We need to learn the difference, and we don't have to accept it. We don't have to tolerate it. And you know what? These people will make you feel bad. Like my ex, he used to be like, oh, you just can't deal with the truth. No, it ain't that I can't deal with the motherfucking truth. Right? It's how you deliver the truth. The truth is the truth. But that doesn't mean you need to deliver it in a way that it hurts the next person. Where do you benefit in doing that? That's not healthy communication. I don't give a damn whether you claim that's who you are. If you feel that's who you are, then you need to work on yourself because it hurts other people. And I am sure you don't want to be the person that goes around constantly hurting other people. How do we communicate? Right, Angel? I always say that the truth is said in jest. There are various ways people can communicate something to you in toxic ways. And as Cheryl Lee said, and Angel is chiming in on that just kidding shit. That's another toxic way of communicating, even if it's the truth. Somebody be like, oh, your breath stink. Just kidding. But maybe it really do. And instead of them delivering it in a nice way, they did it in like that just kidding way. Hillbilly. Hillbilly, I cannot. Clara said, y'all on IG didn't see Clara. Okay. All right. Clara said she wanted me to take off my clothes or what the fuck? I don't know. I had to block him because I'm not taking off my clothes. This is not Coffee with Friends After Dark. What the hell? Ghosts at hearts and likes people. Wait, hearts are like people management? Is that what you meant? Well, I know that there's going to be a population of people that probably say, I can't control how you take what I say. Right? And I want to say, just like this book said, sometimes you have to practice on yourself, right? And for those that use the excuse of this is who I am, and I just tell it like it is, and I don't give a damn, right? When you sit down and you meditate and you pray or whatever the fuck you do, right? And you manifest shit and you talking to yourself. Do you talk to yourself mean? Do you cut yourself when you talk? Do you call yourself names? How do you talk to yourself? Right? Because to me, this is not difficult. And I am one of those people that have a biting tongue. I can cut you with my mouth. Right? But I also have learned that it's not nice. I have hurt a lot of people's feelings the way I said shit. And it wasn't that I was lying. I was definitely delivering the truth. But there's ways we can do that without hurting each other. Goes, I'm going to pull you to the side, but I'm still going to tell you your breath smells like ass. But see, in a situation like that, right? Something is small, or maybe that's not small, as telling somebody your breath smell like ass, right? If you were to bring it up to a person like that and said your breath smell like ass, and then the person went to the doctor because maybe they brushed their teeth, maybe they gargle, right? This is the mature me speaking, right? And they still have halitosis. Maybe what if they turned around and went to the doctor and found out that they have some kind of rare cancer, throat cancer, or they got some kind of illness that causes, their breath to smell, right? Now, what's going to be resonating in their mind is, Ghost told me my breath smell like ass. That's hurtful. Right? There was a girl that I used to work with, Hey Glamour 47, and she had body odor. Now, I was very immature then. I'm being honest, right? But I even though I was immature, I knew for sure that I did not want to lose my job. Okay. And so I told my manager Good morning, your average logical thinker. I told my manager that, you know, my coworker had body odor and it was hard for me to work with her because it was upsetting my stomach, right? And he spoke to the girls manager, and the girls manager pulled her aside and spoke to her about it. And the girls manager came in and gave me an update and said that really and truly the girl found out she has a medical issue, right? She can't help it. She can't help it. Now imagine if somebody would have walked up to her and been like, your ass stink. Like, you the fuck smell funky. Like, how the fuck you come to work smelling like that? Right? And then she go and she find out she's got to go through a whole medical process to get right. But that she's gonna remember that somebody said, how the fuck you bring your funky ass to work? Right? So although it's the truth, how do you bring your funky ass to work? You stink. All of that is true. But how we deliver it matters, right? How do we communicate? Your average logical thinker said it really depends on who and how the message is delivered, in my opinion. I agree. And I'm going to tell you that, I've had, and I'm going to say had, because what I've committed myself to is I've committed myself to this growing season, right? Which means that I'm forever going to be in this season, right? Which means that the people that I have in my life, I need them to be open to growth as well, right? I need them to understand that they're not perfect, right? And I need them to be able to have healthy dialogue when it comes to me. They don't have to, right? And then I don't have to be in their company. So for me, I am trying to practice healthier communication, by delivering the truth still, but I don't have to cut you while doing it. Yes, Ghost, you were. Hey, Mishi Boo. You were. You were nice by pulling them to the side. Okay? How do you communicate? This is even with your significant other, right? How do you communicate? Do you have the harsh, biting tongue, and are you brushing it off with, this is who I am? And you expect people in your life to accept that? The crazy thing is once I decided that I was no longer going to accept, right? People speaking to me any way they want to speak to me, right? Because when they do that, it triggers me and it takes me to a negative place and it makes me want to do exactly what they're doing. And it just gets ugly. So now I remove myself. If you are going to forever live in that space of this is just who I am, then and if it's triggering and who you are is triggering me, then that's where my accountability comes in. Right? That's where my accountability comes in. If I choose to stay in this place, then I can't complain. Right? But in my old self, I would choose to stay in those places because I didn't want it was the risk of losing the person to me was I didn't want that. Right? But now I don't give a fuck. See, I thought letting people go was going to break me or make me feel like, but when like a baby that gets up and takes its first step and falls, hurts itself a little bit, cries, and then gets back up and eventually starts walking like the fuck they've been walking forever. That's where I'm at. The first time I had to be like, fuck this, I felt that. It hurt. Okay? when I got used to putting up that boundary of you're not going to talk to me any old way you want to, get somebody else to do it, I started walking like that toddler. It's easy for me now to be like deuces and I'm out, right? At first it was hard. Now it's easy. I'll be like, I'm out. I don't want to fucking deal with it. I don't want to be bothered. Anything that triggers me and takes me to a place in a negative way, as far as communication is concerned, I will deuce you. Because I used to be that person. And it's easy for you, a person like that, to take me back there. Mishi Boo says, I have a compassionate tongue, so I speak lovingly. Where's Juanita so I can ask her if that's true? I'm going to ask. All right. And Trini Gal is not on this morning, so I can't ask. Mishi, I can't vouch for that because you've always been loving to me. But, I believe it. Cheryl said, delivering the truth, like you said, sometimes has to do with what emotional state you are in at the time when communicating it. Cheryl, I'm so glad you said that, because this is why text is so dangerous, right? And I've gotten to a lot of arguments based on text messages. What do I mean by that? Oh God, my car is still not going to be ready today. I could have went to work. Wait, because I got to ask them a question. 1 second. In the event I have. Okay. So my car is not ready. I got another day of the loaner. They doing this shit on purpose. They want me to buy this shit. I'm telling you. Yeah, text. I was saying text is very. I've gotten to a lot of heated arguments over text messages, right? Because Shirley, it's funny because Shirley said, based on the frame of mind the person is in when communicating it can change the dynamics of what's being said. And that's the same thing with text, right? And so with text, right? I have learned that if I want to keep something light, I have to put a smiley face or something like that after it, because if I am in a serious discussion with someone over text and I say something, it is picked up based on the frame of mind we're in. So if I'm upset, right, and you send me something, I'm going to read it in that tone that I'm feeling, right? And the other person might not have meant it that way. That's why texts are very weird, because you will read a text based on your state of mind, right? And you'll think the other person is being a bitch when they're really not. Healthy communication. How do you do that through text without the other person misreading it, right? Because frame of mind is a funny thing. I agree with that, Shirley. Your average logical thinker says, Shirley, yes, you must be in a proper state to deliver the message effectively. That part! Well, that's the part. Good morning, Gilda. That's the part. That's why it says in here, when you have a person that delivers some advice to you or guidance to you in a harsh way with a cutting tongue that bleeds you out, right? They say in here that, they are delivering that message, right? Filled with judgment and criticism, right? Which means that is their state of mind, right? You can't give me a message in my hard times with a cutting tongue, right? Because I'm going to be like, fuck you. And I'm not going to hear anything you said. And you might have been giving me great advice, right? And then you'll look at me and go, oh, she's a dumbass because she didn't take any of my advice and I'm giving her good advice. It wasn't the advice. The advice might have been great, but I couldn't hear it because of the way you delivered it to me. And some people don't want to take accountability in that because they will stand in both their fucking shoes, the right and the left, and say, this is how I am and too fucking bad. Well, it's toxic. It's not nice. And I say that to myself and to y'all with love. With love. Good morning, Chef You. You must be in a proper state of mind to deliver a message effectively, right? How many of you have delivered a message knowing your ass got a choppy ass tongue, right? Have you ever sat down, went home and sat down and said, damn, I delivered that message fucked up. Let me call that person and let them know it's okay. I fucked up in my delivery. Have you ever been that person? Your average logical thinker said, oh my God, don't get me started over text messages. Well, I have to get you started over text messages, right? Your average logical thinker, because this is how we communicate most of the time these days, right? Most of the times we are communicating via text. People don't have home phones anymore. People not calling people as much as they used to, even though we have cell phones, right? People are inboxing, texting, video chatting, right? And so we have to talk about text messages because there's a lot of conflict that happens over text messages because a lot of people don't have proper etiquette when it comes to sending text messages and having difficult conversations. True, hillbilly, I get that. Hillbilly said, here you call strangers honey, babe, sweetie, etc. I get in trouble in the cities when I do that. Well, yeah, yeah, I can see that. Sharon Lee said, yes, I try to use emojis all the time and try and help to communicate the emotions behind the text. And sometimes that doesn't help. Baby, I know I've had some heated arguments over text and I'll be like, what the fuck happened? Because sometimes even when you deliver the message nicely over text, if the other person's frame of mind is fucked up, they're going to read it how they feel at the time. That's why sometimes in the text, I'll be like, if I know I'm getting ready to argue, and this happened to me like months ago, right? If I know you getting ready to call me with some toxic shit and you getting ready to argue with me, I'll be like, I'll talk to you later. I'm not taking this call right now. I try to diffuse the situation because I know at that point that anything that person texts me, right? It's gonna be I'm gonna read it like they fucking mad and they saying some stupid shit and I don't want to fucking be bothered. So I will try to say, listen, I don't want to talk to you right now, right? And if it gets to the point where you start blowing up my phone, then I know you want to argue. I will decline the call because I'll be like, hopefully this person is gonna calm the fuck down before they say something that they regret. Okay. The one thing that you're not going to do is be toxic and force me to have a conversation. Like I've literally been told, if you don't want to talk about this right now, we don't never have to talk about it. Then we never have to. Never, never, ever. Never have to. Because you asked me to indulge in a toxic discussion. It's not going to work. That's the new me. The old me would have went in a toxic discussion and been just as toxic. But now I'm like, nah. If this is how you want to come across, get somebody else to do it. It triggers me. Get somebody else to do it. Good morning, mother. Ghost said, that's why I don't like having serious conversations through text. It can be misinterpreted. I feel like texting a serious conversation is childish. I agree. Again, back to my ex, he used to have whole fucking I'd be like, what, motherfucker, you in the bedroom? Why are you sending me these big ass texts? I would sometimes literally get off the couch. I felt like a whole fucking dude. I would literally get off the couch, walk in the room and be like, what? In his face, like, what? Made me feel like a whole damn dude. Oh, okay. The guy said they close at 6 p.m., but I never have to rush. So if I'm at work or if I can't bring back the loaner car, then they in no hurry. What? Wait, what? I love them, y'all. I could have went to work today. The fuck? Cheryl Lee said, Hillbilly again. That depends on the energy behind how you're delivering those names. Flirting, endearing, sarcastic, etc. That part. Thank you, Cheryl Lee, for breaking that down. That part. It depends. Because, people say sweetheart or dear or whatever as a term of endearment, right? But, you got to be careful. People, places, and things. Your average logical thinker said, when I was a child, the best way to get me to open up was for me to write a letter. I love that. That's still the case as an adult, right? There's some people you got to write letters to that you can't have healthy conversations with. But I'm over that too. I'm not writing no letters. I'm not doing shit. Like, I'm not doing anything. Okay? Nothing. If we can't have a healthy conversation, I'm not writing you a letter. Now, wait, let me not lie. I might write a letter to my grandkids. That's it. Anybody else I should be able to talk to. But I like the idea of writing a letter. Sometimes you got to write a letter. Okay? Your average logical thinker says sometimes emojis is used to soften the message, but I ain't falling for it. Right, because sometimes you be like, oh, you think this is a fucking joke. See, texting, difficult conversation. See, I personally feel like if you got to have a difficult conversation, don't text. How are we communicating? Do you have the biting tongue? Are you the person that brushes it off and says, this is how the fuck I am, so I say whatever the fuck I want without thinking about the other person's feelings? Are you the person that none of your friends take your advice and you just think your friends are ghetto or hard-headed, right? Or stubborn, right? Have you ever did a self-reflect and looked at yourself and said, maybe it's me. Maybe it's how I deliver the message. Maybe my tongue is like a razor blade and I'm cutting these motherfuckers and they tired of bleeding. Right? Are you the person that delivers your message and ends it with just kidding when you know your ass is serious? How do you communicate? I'm just the fuck saying. Okay. I mean, Hillbilly said, I've had people tell me they aren't sweet or sweetie or darling. I then think they are mean. Communication is wait a minute. When they tell you that they're not sweetie or darling, you think they're mean. Oh my God, I think that's so cute. Communication is hard with different dialects and colloquialisms. It is. It is. It is. It is. Right? It really is. I know your average logical thinker. Pull me in a little bit. Pull me in. Ghostline said, damn, texting all that. Me and Kenya will sit and just talk for hours because that y'all have healthy communication. That's why. You're not a narcissist. That's why. I've had big old conversations. I would be so mad. I'd be sitting here like, why is this motherfucker? Like, you live in the same house with me, but you'll go all the way to work and send me like a paragraph, and I'll be like, what? Now, he might have been the motherfucker I needed to write a letter to, because even when you tried to have a conversation with him, he would scream over you so you couldn't hear yourself think. You'd be like, what? I done forgot what the fuck I'm talking about. How do you communicate? Right? And that has caused trauma in me, y'all. I realized that, when you going through a healing season and you working on yourself and you paying attention to the different things about yourself, I realized that I have trauma from bad communication. Like, I fight with myself now when I want to communicate my feelings, how I really feel, because I've dealt with such negative communication for some years that I be hesitant, thinking, okay, what if I tell this person this is how I feel and they bite my fucking head off? Then it's going to make me lose my temper and it's going to turn toxic. And that's what I'm afraid of. And that it's affecting every way that I communicate today. And so I'm working through that whole process, right? Step one for me is thinking about what I want to say before I say it, and then saying it. But now it has caused me to overthink a lot of things. Now I'm overthinking a whole hell of a lot of things, because I'm like, do I say this? Don't I say this? It's really fucked up. The work that we have to do to unpack a lot of the things that we normalized but was toxic. I'm still unpacking a lot of that shit. Cheryl said, for sure at Hillbilly, you are right. Though some crazies will read what they want into that and fit their agenda. So you do have to be careful. I agree with that. Angel says, sometimes I text because in words I can be more patient and loving. If I'm pissed off, I might say some slick shit that can't be undone. And at least you know that about yourself. Hillbilly, that's why you got to get on Discord and get on a video with us, because one, I need to see your face. Two, we need to hear your voice. Ghost said, communicate, because Hillbilly said my accent doesn't come across through the text. I want to hear that accent. Ghost said, communication is everything to me. I was with my baby mama for 8 years and never talked about getting married because she didn't know how to communicate. Met Fancy and was married a year later. See? See? See that? You see that? You know how people say, I was with that motherfucker 10 years and he ain't never married me, and he got with this girl and he married her in a year? But you heard what Ghost said, right? His baby mama didn't know how to communicate, and so he didn't marry her. But he married Fancy in a year. Angel, you serious, huh? Angel said, I'll even write my text out in the notes app first. That's some serious texting, man. Wow. I mean, I've done some big time texting too, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to talk to my partner. I do. And I'm struggling with that because I did have a very toxic situation when it came to communication. So I'm struggling, but I'm working through it. All right. Your average logical thinker said, damn, Ghost. So it's true. Men can be with women for years and leave and marry the next one. Yep. Yup. And he just told you how that happened. Your average logical thinker said, at Angel, I've done that too because it's needed to be perfect before I hit the send. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Writing it out in notes first and then copying it over to the text. That's not a bad idea. Hillbilly said, you'll have to teach me how to do that. Okay, we will. We will, Hillbilly. Hillbilly, you got to go to the link in my bio And when you get to the link in my bio, hit Discord and just come into that server. And once you're in there, we'll guide you around. Cheryl Lee said, yes, at Ghost, communication is everything when it comes to relationships. It is. It is. And I'm trying to do better. Right. And this goes to show you that, when people come out of toxic situations, toxic relationships and stuff like that, the reason why it's said do not jump from one relationship to the other is because, good morning, Doc, is because you have to unpack some shit. And for me, this time around, I realized that I walked away with some damage, right? And it has affected the way that I communicate because some parts of me still has a fear that the person is going to react how my ex reacted, right? And it's still very traumatizing to me, right? And even though people look at me and they go, oh, you're a tough person, you're a strong person. Yes, I am, because I had no choice. I had to be a strong person or a tough person. But in my guts, in my soul, I'm really a girly girl and I'm very sensitive, right? And although I don't come across as the most sensitive person in the world, I am very sensitive and I get hurt very easily. And so it has affected the way I communicate and deliver my truth and how I do it, like the time period. Like, I'll hesitate, right? And so I'm still working through that, right? Because I don't want to be triggered. I'm still working through that. And you know what? What I just said to y'all, I should say to my friends. I should say to my significant other, right? I should let him know and let my friends know that I'm working on this aspect of me. So if you see me struggling in the realm of communication, it's because this is something that I'm working on. And so I think I'm going to do that so that they understand when they see me hiccuping and flipping over my own tongue, they know why. The fuck? Okay. Wait, Ghost said, oh my God, Ghost called y'all small bus. Ghost called y'all small bus. Ghost said, y'all do know you can still write it out in the text message and just not send it, right? True, but your finger could hit that send by mistake, right? At least in notes, you don't have to worry about making the mistake and hitting send. You know what I'm saying? All right. Johnny Leon Hill said, I realize I'm not a big talker. I think I talk a lot, but I don't. And when I do talk, I feel stranger, like I'm sharing a secret. I just realize it's hard for me to talk about myself. Discovering yourself. I understand that, Johnny. I get it. I'm a whole 56 and still struggling with healthy communication because I've been in situations with so much unhealthy communication that I normalized it. I normalized it and I accepted it in many areas. And I'm no longer that person, right? I'm no longer her. I'm not accepting it. And I don't want to give it either. Cheryl Lee said, I've done that too at Ghost. I write just like the fuck I really want to say and then burn it. It feels so good. Then I'm able to say it respectfully. I love that. Whatever works. Angel said, my ex-husband was with women for hella years and she pressured him to get married. He left her, moved to Chicago where I leased him an apartment. On the day he met me, he told me he would marry me and he did a year later. Nice, right? How do we communicate? I love it. I love it. Right? Before I move into closure, y'all, I want to share something with y'all. Right? Now, I know that y'all follow my pages and y'all see my crazy videos, right? But I really have to tell y'all this because I'm really so fucking proud of myself. All right. And so y'all remember I said that the pedal, my shoe wouldn't click into the pedal of my bike anymore, right? And I thought it was my shoe at first. So I ordered new shoes, right, from Amazon. Got my new shoe. I realized when I ordered the shoes that the shoes don't come with the clip-in thing installed on the bottom of the shoe. So then I panicked. I was like, oh my God, I gotta fucking screw these the clip-in things on the bottom of my shoe. All right. Then I called Peloton in parallel to ordering the shoes just to make sure it wasn't a malfunction of the bike. Peloton took me through all these troubleshooting efforts or whatever, had me send them pictures of the pedal, blah, 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 blah. They said I needed a new pedal. All right. I was like, oh my God, is the new pedal going to come with the repairman that's going to put the pedal on? They were like, no. Now I got nervous. All right. They send the pedal with, through FedEx. And now I got to figure out how to fucking put the pedal on. A little bitty paper came with instructions, right? And so I go live on TikTok in the mornings and I told them, I said, I got to put the fucking pedal on my bike. They told me when the pedal comes in, go live and they'll help me put the pedal on my bike. Okay. Angel, you could come on. You could come on. I was gonna put the pedal on my bike. Let me put the did I put the guest link up? You probably already have the guest link stored somewhere. I went live when I got the pedal on TikTok, and these motherfuckers on TikTok walked me through. Good thing when you buy your Peloton bike, they send you all the Allen wrench keys and the wrench thing that you need to take shit apart or whatever, right? And so they guided me, and I was able to change the pedal on my bike, y'all. Oh my God, I was so happy. And so I got the new pedal on my bike. And Sunday, I jumped on the bike and I rode for 45 minutes. Now, I think I have to do some adjustments to the pedal because my shoe, during my ride, my new shoe unclipped out the clip as I was riding and I had to clip it back in. So I must have to tighten something somewhere, but I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. All right. Angel said, Ghost said at Angel, when you know, it's a feeling you can't explain, but you be so I don't know inside your body. It's like some form of euphoria. Wait, Ghost said you ain't going to work, so why you moving the closure? Wait a minute. I do work though. The fuck? Right, Johnny. So Johnny, how has it been at work since you had to put your coworker in his or her place, right? Hey, Angel.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Wait, right, Cheryl? I got a whole attitude. I'm gonna ask my man now. Love that at goes. That's so romantic. Damn, let a man say I put him in euphoric state. Right. I'm gonna text his ass right now. Watch this.
Do it.
Right, babe. Do I put you in a euphoric state?
I have had men say that to me.
No.
I've had men
I've
say,
had men say that to me too, but it ain't the men I want.
he was Mr. Right Now. The last one that said it, he told me that he felt like he was high when he was with me. He was like, he was like, when I'm around you, I feel like I'm intoxicated.
Mm.
I said, oh.
Listen, I hear those things too, but it don't be from them. See, I be getting these men that be on ego and shit and pride. They don't want to be wishy-washy. Like, tell me I make you feel euphoric. Tell me I make you feel weak in the knees.
That's a real thing. Shit.
That is a real fucking thing.
That's a real fucking thing, yeah.
I asked him already, Ghost.
Too late.
Ghost told me.
Oh, that's a good question.
What? Just ask him how it's too late. Do you make him feel?
I'm gonna ask mine. I'm gonna ask him.
See, now you gotta ask the question the right way. I done fucked it up and asked the wrong way. I messed up my question.
He's probably gonna be like, "What the fuck? How do I make? Oh shit, make you feel?" He probably gonna call me. If he calls me, I'm putting him on speaker.
Wait, he said no. You all over the place. I have to keep watching you so you don't hurt yourself.
Woo!
No, what the hell? I said that. What the hell? That ain't good. The fuck?
Let me see what my Jerry said.
Oh, he said no. You are a very common person so far.
Oh,
What
but
the
you know
fuck is
what?
so far?
I know it's been a minute. Shit. What the
Nigga, the fuck?
So he tells me all the time that I'm his piece. He was like, like my life is so hectic and I be stressed out and blah 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 blah. But you're my piece. He was like, I don't know what I would do without you. You're my piece. That's not the
Oh,
same
you
as
said I need contact before sending him that text. He know I'm crazy. I don't need no contacts. He be like, oh God, here she go. Good morning, Big Philly. Does your woman, Big Philly, make you feel euphoric? And Doc, does your wife make you feel euphoric? And do you tell her that? Doc, why you say wow? The men I don't want. Right. That's the ones that be telling me I make them like that. I'll be like, no, I don't want to make you like that. Hey, Interior. See, this is why you don't ask the question like that. I know, Ghost. I know. It's terrible. Messed up. I'm messed up. All right. Y'all comparing how they feel to how my woman makes me feel. Stop before some shit gets started. I know.
Right.
The fuck still. I just want to know if I'm a common person. Because I am like very busy and all over the place. But my spirit is calm. The fuck? You know?
Yeah, I took that as a huge compliment when he said I'm his piece. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep, exactly, Cheryl. He's like, oh God, don't put that issue on. He's like, I done started some shit. Let me see. Is he still texting me? Because I see a message.
Yeah. You see the dots? The do 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 do. I need a fit for intervention. Oh. Zen.
Yes. Is he on? Oh, look at him.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, Zen. I went to Olive Garden on Sunday. Fucking Olive Garden. Look at your face, Robin.
Because I'm typing.
What? What is going on? I want to know. Share your screen. I want to see this shit because you're. Oh, see, that's what he said. I said, "Good morning, baby. How do I make you feel?" He said, "Good morning, at peace."
See? All right. You better be his damn piece. Y'all moving in together.
No, I know.
Okay, now look, Ghost jumping on the shoulder. You know Ghost come on YouTube.
This shit has to stop. See, the whole show came to a halt because y'all started asking that goddamn question.
Right. I started texting. I was like, what? Let me get, do I make you feel
Nah, see.
Yes, it's been a minute as she has been ill for several years due to cancer. And the level of intimacy has changed, but yes, most definitely. Doc, you got my prayers.
Right.
All right. I understand that. Interior said, good morning, y'all. What are we discussing this fine Tuesday? Who knows? Well, we were discussing how you communicate. But now we talk about asking if he make you feel, if you make him feel euphoric. So I just asked, I do that.
Yeah, and they communicated that the wrong way.
I asked it the way you said. I asked it the way you
My
said.
bad. Well,
Robin fucked it up. Robin fucked it up.
And his answer was like, "No, you're all over the place. I gotta watch you, make sure you don't hurt yourself."
Yeah, he's trying to protect you. You're clumsy. He's trying to protect you. Make sure you don't hit your head.
Right. And then he said, "No, I'm calming so far. So far, I'm calming. So far." I was like, "What? We going on 2 years."
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I misheard you the first time you said that. I thought you said common, like he was calling you common. I was like,
Ooh.
Common.
all right.
No.
But then when you just said it again
Tell me
just
what
now,
you thought I said.
look.
I want to hear what you thought I said.
No, I'm saying I thought you said that his response was you're common so far. I didn't know that you meant calming. I ain't hear that right the first time. You know, I'm a little high, so you know what I'm saying. Like, you gotta bear with me.
8 a.m.
No, he ain't say that because I would have ended the show. What the hell?
Zed out of line.
Like, fuck that. Okay. I said, oh, he just said, oh, it's been I said so far. He said, well, it's been over a year. I said, well, when you counting from? Because I'm counting from the day you bought me soup. I don't give a fuck. You showed up at my house, you bought me soup when I had COVID. You were my boyfriend. You were my man then.
Oh wow.
That's what I just said. He said I was gonna say, when did you have COVID? Right. We on the same clock. The hell.
Okay.
It don't count from when I sucked it or fucked it. It counts from when you showed up.
The actions, yeah, right.
When you showed up.
See, it don't count for us until we have that conversation.
Yeah.
I need to know, like, we took a next step. Like, I need to know we did this.
Yeah.
I understand that. That makes me nervous because I haven't had that conversation.
I know. That's the
I mean, talking about moving in. I think
that's what I'm saying, though.
Y'all past conversation.
But they didn't have the conversation, so what do you recommend she do? It still needs to be communicated.
Well, I said my piece when you first brought out that you was finna move
Well,
in.
we looking at your face. Say
Wait,
it.
what did you say? I don't even
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Why?
Don't do it.
Why?
Why? Like, you don't even know what y'all are. Why are you moving in with them? Like, you don't even know where you stand. You don't know what your title is. You don't know what you are to him, what he is to you. Like, you don't know. Why would you move in with somebody you don't know nothing? Like,
okay, I don't know because we haven't had the conversation, but I move this way. I move based off of actions, not just words. Words and actions, but not just words.
Somebody said,
because I don't have a nigga tell me, "Oh, you my woman. I love you. We monogamous. I'm committed." And then do some fuck shit.
No, but you need both.
Looking stupid.
You need both, though.
You need both. I agree. You do need both, but I'm not just moving off of what you say. I'm moving off of your behaviors, your patterns, your actions, things like that. His behaviors, his patterns, his actions. We're together every single day. He's taken me and introduced me to his family, introduced me to his friends. He talks about me to people at work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you told us that you don't even know what y'all are. So you to yourself don't even know what y'all are.
Because we haven't had the conversation.
You need, you know what I'm saying? You need to make that clear. It needs to be known. You had a conversation on moving in with somebody before you had a conversation on what y'all status was. Like, how does that happen? Like,
so we have the conversation now.
We have had conversations about if we are having sex with anybody else, if we are dating anybody else, or like hanging out, like anything like that. We've had those conversations. This is exclusive. He's not seeing nobody else. I'm not seeing nobody else. I'm not fucking nobody else. He ain't fucking nobody else. Like, we just haven't had the conversation. Like, are we a couple? Are we?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't had that conversation. What he will say is,
so y'all are roommates? Y'all are gonna be roommates?
Like for real, like, are you moving in as you know what I'm saying, his partner, or
roommate, or as a couple?
Like y'all going
That's
half
what I'm
or
asking.
half on this, or he gonna continue to pay the full mortgage?
Ooh,
Like you need
Ghost, I'm
to have
logging
these
out.
conversations.
I'm logging the fuck
Like
out
you
because
don't
if you
know. You
moving
don't
into
know.
his house.
Is y'all only thing y'all said you want to move in? Sure, and that was it. Hell no, man. If you won't talk, fuck all that.
Wait, Ghost said, are
I
you
feel like
moving into
Ghost.
his place and paying bills? Because is he just going to continue to pay his own bills with you living there?
Like,
Yeah.
you
So you're
need
not paying half the rent.
No, he said if I just buy groceries, that's fine. He was like, just buy just buy the groceries and like buy what you want, like the stuff that you want. He was like, if you see something in the house you want to change, you want to put a picture up, you want to, put
right.
some, you do what you do
Okay.
whatever you want. But I'm maintaining the household. This is my like I'm maintaining this shit. And he's like, I got you, I got your kids, like, you know what I
The
mean?
kids are going to?
Kind of,
Okay.
not kind of.
Man, look here. I guess maybe I'm just a very inquisitive person. Like I ask,
No, you just communicate to you. You
Mhm.
communicate.
like I need clarity. I need to hear it out your mouth. So you know what I'm saying. So my mind is at ease. So I know we on the same page about everything that I'm wondering about. I'm not gonna go into nothing wondering. No, I need to know.
I know, Ghost. I know what you're saying.
I can't.
So
Nah.
when you go into that, you're already prepared to hear something that you might not want to hear. Because really and truly, when you're that type of person, you're like, I need transparency. That
Yeah.
means that you want the transparency whether it's good or bad.
Right.
That's the part. I'm
Yeah.
trying to deal with the bad part. Like I'm so
Ooh.
I'm so triggered from my last relationship. It was so much bad communication that when I go to think about communicating, I'll be like, oh my God,
You're nervous. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I hate that.
See,
Cheryl said, at Doc, the intimacy that you give, this is for Doc, right? About your wife, you and your wife, and the intimacy. At Doc, the intimacy that you give exclusive of sexuality is more loving and healing when you are not able to express it sexually, is more heartfelt and euphoric for a woman at the time than anything else. Oh my
Very true.
God, Doc, that's true, Doc.
Very true.
That's from Cheryl. So you can't say the intimacy has changed. It's not physical, but that intimacy that you're providing her is just as
It's
important,
there.
more.
Yeah.
I love that. Right. Cheryl Lee said, right. Are y'all living together or building together?
right? Like you need to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Actually, do all that. Like man, when I talk to somebody, I talk in detail and I break everything down. Like you ain't never gotta ask me what I mean about nothing. So I'm gonna make sure you fully understand. I'm gonna compare it to something else so you know what the hell I mean and everything. Like, I'm gonna put like I explain it to her, even a carpet kid would understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna fully give. So that's how I expect my answers back too. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you don't leave no
Don't
doubt.
give you no cryptic shit.
Like yeah, I don't want to leave nothing up to my imagination. Don't let me guess what your answer is. Because
Yeah.
it like when you wonder what something is, you're gonna always wonder the most fucked up thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So I need to know.
Hmm. So we did discuss like expectations once we move in together, right? So I asked, I was like, what about if there's a girls' night? Like, how do you feel about it? Because so far, since we've been hanging out together, we have spent every single weekend together. Like with his friends, I go. My friends, he goes. Like we've been like this, right? And so I said, like, if there's a girls' night, like, how do you feel about it? He was like, I don't care. He was like,
What
you
does that mean if there's a girls' night?
Like
like like without him.
it should have been more of that way. Like that's some normal. It shouldn't be like that. Like and you.
Yeah, but it's also fresh, Ghost. It's also fresh. This is new. This is like it's still the new pussy, new dick smell. So like
So I mean, if it's so new, why are you moving in? Like, why are you rushing? If it's new,
because it's right. It's
like
right.
have you seen him in every element? Have you seen him get upset? Have you seen him? You know what I'm saying, struggling a little bit? Have you seen him
Uh-huh.
Oh,
like,
those seasons, yeah.
like
Yeah.
in new situation? You seen every element of him?
Not every element, but I have seen him angry. I have seen him stressed out, highly stressed out. I have seen him like I've seen some
Have
shit.
you seen his back up against the wall?
Uh, partially, yeah.
I
What
ain't seen all of that. I'm
what
a
I haven't seen is grief. I haven't seen how he deals with grief. Um, so that's one thing that I can say for certain that I have not seen. But I mean, he is transparent.
okay. Well, that's cool.
Transparent. Yeah. But we discussed, like, so a couple weekends ago, I went to a concert without him. So, okay, that's not a lie. We don't go everywhere together. So I did go to a concert with a girlfriend, and I got entirely too drunk at the concert. And I had to spend the night at her house because I wasn't able to drive home. I was that fucked up. And so I said, like, what's the expectation? Like, if I drink too much, like, is it okay for me to stay out and stay where I'm at overnight? He was like, absolutely not. He was like, if you get too drunk,
Real
then you
shit.
need to call me or you need to call Uber. Like, you come home.
Okay. So Interior said, Angel, I hope this isn't too much pressure. We just care. That's all.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, I
Train.
can't lie. Like, I feel uncomfortable. Like,
It
you know
is
what I
an
mean?
uncomfortable
It is
thing.
uncomfortable.
We're targeting you.
It is uncomfortable. I don't feel attacked.
Okay, good.
It's
We
just
don't want
like,
to attack you. We love you.
yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm asking myself these same questions. Like, when
Yeah.
you ask me, I'm questioning it myself. Yeah.
We are your village.
Yes, I say that all the time.
Too, I'm with Ghost. I mean, I love this for you. Don't get me wrong, because people have beautiful relationships and just meet people in short
Mhm.
periods of time. So that's not my thing, But for me, I guess me, and I'm not saying, your perspective is not mine. So this is just mine. I haven't experienced all of those emotions and dynamics, and I've been a year and a half, but that doesn't mean you haven't, right? For
Mhm.
me, we don't spend every single weekend together because I have my activities and he has his activities, and we kind of just random days we're together or whatever, right? He has his friends, I have my friends. I have not he has seen me overly drunk and had to help me, right? But I have not seen him angry, right? I have not
Really?
seen no, I have
In almost 2 years?
yeah. I have not seen
Wow.
him angry. I have not in front of me, right? Not to say he hasn't been angry, but I have never seen anger in front of me, right?
Like, directed at you? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying in a situation, just be angry at
Yeah.
whatever. I have seen him disappointed in
Uh-huh.
family members, hurt about something that he discussed, right? But I've never seen him angry. Like, when you get angry, how do you handle those conversations when me and you have an argument? Like, we haven't had a disagreement where we argued yet. And all humans argue. The
Yeah.
fuck that. All humans argue. I don't give a fuck how
Exactly.
much love y'all got for each other.
Uh-huh.
Everybody argue. We have not argued yet. So for me, I don't know what that looks like, right? I did take my first trip, so I know what traveling looks like with
Mhm.
him and stuff like that. But I have not experienced everything. And so that's where I'm cautious, and people might think I'm going really, really slow because in my last relationships, I moved fairly quickly, right? And in those relationships, I learned these things about the person as I was already in the relationship. And what that caused was me dealing and tolerating and accepting some of the toxic shit that I didn't have to accept because I felt like I was already in a relationship and I needed to
I,
make. Hmm?
I hear Billy talking about you gotta go.
Okay, Hillbilly.
Hi, Hillbilly.
Wait, Johnny said, how new is this?
So we met December 1st.
Oh, this real new.
Yeah.
So let me say this. Let me say this. My ex-husband, we were together, we were married for 10 years, right? And even to this day, we are really, really close friends. Like, we have a great co-parenting relationship. I feel like we could probably write a book on how to co-parent effectively. Um, we met, he was in a relationship, lived with this woman in Houston. They had been together for years, and she was pressuring him to get married. She was like, like, my family thinks that we should be married, blah, 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 blah. And she basically gave him an ultimatum, and he left. He decided to move to Chicago. He called where I was working. I leased him an apartment over the phone. Okay, sight unseen. He leased to him over the phone. On his move-in day, he came and got his keys and paid his money. And he told me, he asked me if I was single. And I said yes. And he said, I'm going to marry you. The, the day that I laid eyes on him, that day. And we moved in together 6 months later. And we're married less than a year after that. So, and that was the last time I lived with a man, okay, was my ex-husband. So it's not like, I say that to say that I don't have like a track record of moving in or taking this big step with just like random men. Like my track record with moving in with a man is pretty damn good. And also with, I know that y'all have seen like some relationships play out on the show of mine, but by this time frame from December to, I mean, we're almost in May, they have fizzled. They've been over with because, and it's always been my decision. It has been me saying like, nope, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I'm not at that point. And I feel like with everything that I've learned from when I met my husband and moved in with him, and you know, just like I take something from every single relationship and I grow from it. I never say like I go through, oh, I went through this, I went through that. No, I grew through it.
Yeah.
I've become like a better person, and I feel like a better partner. I feel like the partner that I am today, this is going to sound fucked up, but the partner that I am today,
right there, that honeymoon phase lasts for a while.
it can.
It's only been 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning. So right now, you know, it's that whole phase of I just want to make her smile and stuff like that. Like I ain't got too comfortable with you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like to where the real him and the real you really just come out to where you comfortable around somebody. Keep on back. Same energy that you got right now, you're not gonna keep up for 10 years. It's like you gotta, like I said, see them in every element. But if you feel like it's really right for you, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So we had a discussion this weekend because I brought to his attention that some shit that went on earlier in the relationship is not happening now. And I brought it to his attention and I told him, like, I'm concerned about it and this doesn't work for me. And he could have easily said, well, fuck it then. Like, move around. Like, I'm good. And he didn't. He made immediate adjustments, and not just adjustments like for the day. Like, I don't really know how to. It's too personal to like share, but yeah. I don't know.
That's cool, but you know, that's still one thing. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
not one thing though. It's been other things that I've brought up, and he tells me in the past, like in past relationships, like he was like, okay, he says, so in the past, he loves getting his dick sucked, right? Like that's his fucking thing.
Oh yeah, tell Ghost. The Ghost is a pro on this. Come on, yeah. Go ahead. You're a pro on, because in her case, you wasn't on. I don't know if you were on here the other day when she said that she was open to him having other sexual partners. Yeah. I don't know if you were on here for that. So go ahead, Angel.
Yeah. So he said he loves to have his dick sucked. That's his thing, right? And he said that every woman, when they first meet him, they are gung-ho. Okay, yeah, I'll suck your dick every single day. And it's all good. And he says, but then they get comfortable and then they stop doing it. And he says, when they stop doing it, I leave. Like, I'm out. Like, if you're not going to do, if I tell you from the jump that this is what I need, this is what I require, and then you get comfortable and you stop doing it, then I leave and I go to the next bitch that will do the same thing. Like, she will be all, you know, facing in my crotch every single day until she stopped. Then I move to the next one.
So he really likes the dick suck.
So he really likes that.
Okay. Getting dick suck is like how she feels about her dude taking care of her car.
Exactly, right. And so I don't know, I already said too much. Okay, fuck it.
So this is what you're doing every day?
Well, yeah, this is what I'm doing every day. And just about every day.
I was waiting for somebody.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. So it's about every day, okay? And here's the thing though, if I wasn't getting like, how the fuck do I say this? So he wasn't initiating sex with me. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time we were having sexual intimacy is if I sucked his dick. And then like I might suck his dick and then we might have sex afterwards, right? But he was not initiating sex with me like he did before. And I told him that. I said, listen, I don't mind giving you head. Like, hey, I'm okay with that. However, I'm a woman. I need to feel like I'm wanted. I need to feel like I'm desired and not just from my fucking mouth. Like that don't work for me.
Hold his expression.
Well,
you're trying to hold your facial expressions. I see you.
And what he told me, he said, I've heard this before. He was like, I've heard it before. Women have said this. And he was like, and usually at this point is when I leave. He said, because I don't want to cheat. So I just leave because like I'm not a cheater. Like I'm not gonna be that dude. And I was like, okay, so like we at a crossroads. Like, let me know now, like what you gonna do? Because like I'm not motivated to suck your dick if I don't feel like you want me sexually. Like I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm not a sock. Like you're not gonna
be a thing there. There's already something going on there, right? And it's so new.
What you mean?
Like he already is so new and he at the phase already the way he ain't initiating it with you.
So this is what
like this is his pattern. He stop initiating it and then he move around. Move in with him and you ain't moved in yet and he already at the phase of normally he move around.
Right, but he did not. He has not moved around and he is still wanting me to move in. Like if he's telling me that he normally does this, but in this situation, he doesn't feel that way, that he doesn't want to move around. He was like, I don't want to lose you. So like, how do we fix it? He was like, how do we fix this? Because I don't want to lose you. I want you in my life. I want you to move in with me. I want these things. And he detailed it, like you said.
But what about what you want, right? So
so that's what he was asking. What do you need from me? What do you need from me?
Told him what you needed, right? But he has a pattern. So we don't know yet if he can give you what you need, right? We don't know that yet, right?
Well, so far, that was Friday. And I mean, I know it's only Tuesday. But I have not felt like that gap since Friday. Like I can't really explain it. Like he listened to what I said.
He's back to initiating it.
Back to what?
Initiating
sex. He's back to.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I was gonna say like, as a man, like it's typical that we're usually the ones that's always initiating it, but no shit, just because we men, that don't mean a motherfucking thing. Like initiate that shit sometimes. Like damn, like
I did last night
too. But I will say, as far as like men already like getting the dick sucked every day, it's more of a turn on for us when you suck the dick when we ain't got to tell you to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Random and just pull them out and just get to work. Oh God.
Listen, we was laying in bed watching the Lakers game last night, and I was like, you know what?
Nah, fuck the bed. You know what I'm saying? When
Syria said, I have a question, Angel. The friends that have met him, what has been their observation of him?
The first time that we met up with my friends, one of them didn't care for him. And then we met up with that friend again this past weekend, and she was like, you know what, Angel, I really like this for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like there was a little pressure on both sides on that very first meeting. But then this meeting this weekend, it was all good. And they got along really well. Like they were making jokes with each other. Like it felt like the four of us have known each other for a very long time. It didn't feel like this is my new guy. This felt like.
Now, Johnny said, just remember at Angel, the honeymoon stage for men can last anywhere between 9 to 12 months. So see how he's moving after a year. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We've been talking, we've been keeping up with the comments. You know what I'm saying? We're past that.
Oh, you passed that?
But we're at Johnny's last question there.
I know I was going there. Go ahead, Ghost. Say it. Go ahead. Ghost, say it. I was trying not to get there. Go ahead.
So does he want to live in sex partner? You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like he can't just drive to you? You know what I'm saying? Or do he just want you there for his convenience?
We not far away. We about 6 miles away from each other.
Exactly. So
So
again,
it's not like
drive 6 miles for, or would he just rather have you live in the house? Like that's what he's asking you. You know what I'm saying? Do he
That's
just
what Johnny asked. Yeah.
well,
Does he?
sure. I want to live in sex partner too.
Okay. Ghost.
What was that? What
No, I'm looking at his eyes.
I know, me too. Like what was that? It was a microaggression. Like what was that? What was
Lit.
I mean, that's like some extra shit on top of why you want somebody.
right.
You know what I'm
Right. Oh yeah.
saying? Like that's not even something that I even just come to mind and say that I want or like I want to live in a sex partner. Like no, to me, like the sex partner type shit. If I'm gonna look at it that way, you just a fuck to me. You know
That's
what
an
I'm saying?
added
Like
benefit.
partner. And like if you somebody that I'm really with, I don't look at you like a sex partner. You know what I'm saying? You're a partner. And so there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me anyway, there's a difference. So like having to even ask that question, that mean I don't take you serious anyway.
hmm I
You know?
mean that's an added benefit, like
Mhm.
having, of course, right? But I saw him. I see us growing together long term
Mhm.
outside of the sex.
Well, like, if you feel like it's right for you, you know what I'm saying, do your thing.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what Shirley is saying.
But yeah, you got married, was married for a decade, so hey, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mhm.
You feel it, you feel it.
Mhm.
And what I was gonna say earlier is the me today, if I was still married, if I was married to my ex, we would still be together.
Oh, I got a question. You got a question though. Okay, so you said that you was willing to allow him to have other sex partners. Is he doing this by himself, or are you down to fuck these hoes?
That's the thing.
Ooh,
That since we talking about it, let's talk about
you
it.
gonna fuck the hoes too?
No, that's not my thing. That is not my thing. And so he's into threesomes. He loves having threesomes. That's his thing. That is not my thing.
Why you think I called out your name? Why are you looking at me like that? Ghost, you joined at a perfect
He
show.
did. He
You
did.
did. You did. So go ahead, Angel.
He did. Okay, so he loves threesomes. That's he said that. And he's like, I love. He said he's only had it twice, but he was like, I really like it, and he was like, I fantasize about it. Like I would love to have sex with two women. Right?
Uh,
What'd you say?
when you said that he said that he fantasized about it, I was like all the time.
I'm sure. Yeah, and who wouldn't? Like I get it. I understand, but I also know me.
At the center. So you go ahead,
I
Angel.
know me, and so I said, well, I'm not into that. That like, and he was like, you wouldn't. He was like, I would love to have sex with you and another woman, and like even just watching y'all together, or y'all both sucking my dick or whatever. And I said, I can't. No, like that's just not. I'm not into it. And I said, but I'm not telling you that you can't. If you want to, do it.
Well, you know what? This might work out for you.
I'm like, if that's what you like, if that's what floats your boat, then fucking do it. But just know, like, there's rules around it. Like, I have boundaries around it, right? Don't do it in the house where I'm living.
Yeah,
I don't want it in my home.
I'm gonna cut you.
And I also want to know when it's happening. I want to know when it's happening so that no, hold on, Ghost. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. Because I don't want to be calling your phone and you not answering. I don't want to be texting you and you not responding back to me, or me wondering where the fuck you at. If you tell me that this weekend I'm about to have my thing with Shay Shay and Lily, okay, cool. All right. I know what to expect. But
No, no. I'll tell you. All right. I have that same freedom. You feel me? And her thing is, it don't matter who the fuck I'm with. If she called, I better answer that phone. If she texts, I need to respond. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. Like, you don't need to know a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, you know, like, you got to remember this too. Like, you are a woman and you care about this. As much as
Right.
as much as you may allow
My stomach hurt.
know that this nigga over there having all kind of sexual goddamn fun doing God knows fucking what.
I don't want to know.
Eventually, that may weigh on your emotions. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So to protect yourself, you don't need to know shit. As long as that man responds back to you in a decent amount of time, you know what I'm saying? When you reach out to him, all that matter. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
I can understand that.
Yes,
But yeah.
advice goes for everyone
Yeah.
because you know we think we want to know
I
some
think that I want that, right?
shit. You know, I don't know.
Right.
But Johnny has a great question, right? Head every day. Is that an addiction? I want to say yes. That's my opinion. That's my asshole contribution. If you say you
Right.
want head every day, and if you don't get head every day, you're gonna go out and find somebody to suck your dick. To me, that's addiction.
Yeah,
That's
at that point, I feel like you may just let a crackhead do it. You know,
you just like it, like every day. Like I like a lot of sex too, but there's nothing that I can say that I have to have every single
like
day.
no cap, I take that over pussy a lot of times. Like real shit. Like I would love the fact that it's
That's what he said.
like man, oh my god, like man, open your eyes, look at me while you do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch you. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to look in your soul.
Oh, that's a great question, Interior. I'm not gonna lie, Ghost. Sometimes I'd rather suck him off than to have a whole sex session.
Yeah, brother,
I
you do
do.
it.
Sometimes
You
I
do
just because you know what? For me, and I wasn't always like that, but and oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this online, y'all. But I'm grown.
I know, me too. I
I
don't say shit.
I like it. Like it gives me like this. It's a level of intimacy that I enjoy. So I don't mind doing it and not having sex. Just like I hope you don't mind eating my snatch or my box sometime, and it's just that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind doing that. I think that's a great part. But every day, if he said to me, "You got to do it every day," I know for a fact, as much as I like it, I'm gonna be honest. It ain't gonna happen every day. My mouth just don't work like that. It's not gonna happen every day. My mouth gonna get tired, especially if you don't. If you got a man that take a while. If y'all having sex on a regular basis and shit, and he ain't coming in a quick hot minute, you know your mouth. I'm not gonna be able to do it every day.
Man, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't eat coochie for you. I do it for me. But
Yeah,
I think drown me, mother. Suffocate me. Wrap your legs around my neck and hold my legs. God. Oh my God.
that part. That part. And so you
Well,
know,
he
it's an
he
addiction.
says every day, but it doesn't happen every day. But it happens frequently, and I don't mind it. I really don't. Like
Now, this is only December to now. Right? We're talking, see, people they get into relationships, right? People say that what they like, and other person says I could do it. And then years down the road, motherfuckers get mad when motherfuckers start arguing and be like, you ain't sucked my dick in 3 days. And you be like, well, motherfucker, I'm tired. You be like, well, you said 3 years ago you didn't mind sucking my dick on a
let me
regular
say this: we've gone like a week and a half, and I haven't done it.
Well, you know,
That's December to now. We're talking about years in a relationship.
but you know,
I'm
she
just
said cool with him have another partner, so you know he gonna get it regardless.
Oh, okay. So wait, back to that. So
Yeah.
your rules for other partner is not just for threesomes. I took it as if he wanted a threesome, he could go on the outside. So you're saying you're open to him going out to get extra dick sucks, threesomes, whatever. Now, Interior Rue asks the question: are you open to sleep with other men too?
I
Does he
mean,
mind that part?
I haven't asked because I don't want to.
No, but why not ask just in case you might want to a year from now? Why not get that out there? Like for me, if I
Right.
was moving in with a man that I know might have threesomes on the outside and might do this, whether I want to have sex with other men or not, I'm still gonna ask the question.
But like, what? Okay, you have to examine like your intention. Are you doing it because you want to like tit for tat, or are you doing it because it's something that you want, that you desire?
just to know where he stands, right? Because for me, I don't know if I'm a desire it, right? A year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, depending on our relationship. But if you've come to me as a man and said, well, I want my dick sucked every day and I need this and I need that and fuck I need this, I might say, okay, I'm cool with that. Now I can't speak for what I'm gonna need 6 months from now or a year
Right.
from now. But
Uh-huh.
if I do want to step out and lick a pussy or suck another dick, what you saying?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Right?
I'm just not like
It's just not for you. But
it's just
from
not
an
for me right
interior,
now. It's not for me right now, but I also at the same time, I feel emotionally safe enough with him to ask him that question and get his feedback. I don't feel like he's gonna blow up and have like, oh my God, you're such a hoe. Like, no, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like it'll be a discussion, it'll be a conversation. And it's actually a good question. Like, I'm curious of the answer, actually.
I wouldn't
he's
ask,
starting early over here. It's coffee
uh,
with friends after dark.
I wouldn't ask the question if you can sleep with other dudes if that's not something that you want to do or even feel like you will want to do down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because if you're asking out of curiosity, just let yourself stay curious. Only because you will put that thought in your mind that you possibly, if y'all get into it one day, for whatever reason, and you
Right.
know, go just blow off some steam that you may go fuck somebody else, you gonna put that thought in his mind potentially. So you don't see yourself wanting to do that, or you know that you're not gonna go want to do that later. Don't even ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great.
and that's a good perspective from a
Take
man.
on insecurities, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it if you
It
want.
could cause problems for no fucking reason.
Great point, Johnny. Johnny said, I love sex, but it loses something when it becomes an obligation.
Right, exactly. And that's why I had the conversation this past weekend. I was like, listen,
But I will tell you though, fucking side people, it's cool, it's fun, but it ain't nothing like fucking the one, like the one that you with. That's a whole different feeling. If y'all really have that type of connection,
yeah,
like, oh man,
I know I feel
I,
it in
I,
your
I
face
it,
now.
oh, it's like I want to give examples, but I can't.
I
Man.
know you
you
can't.
don't have to.
Interior said, Angel, does asking questions give you anxiety perchance? I have heard people say they don't want to potentially mess something up. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It gives me anxieties.
Historically, yes. Historically, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to, I want to keep things good. So I don't want to ask a question and throw shit off. But the relationship that we have is so open and so like he's told me some stuff or shared some things with me, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Like I could have gone the rest of my life and never heard that before. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I appreciate that we have the openness and the vulnerability to share those things with each other.
Oh, Shirley, she did say, do see them, building together. She did say that.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So I love to give a good BJ. There go Michelle, but I can't do it every day. However, when I give it, I'm all in.
Yeah. And I think, and this might be TMI.
She's moving in with him.
I'm moving on with him.
Yeah, that's what she asked. Okay.
This might be TMI, but like I'm not bragging. I don't think I'm like superhead or nothing like that. But when I do it, it don't take long. It don't take a long. It don't take a long time. So
Okay, question now. Hold on. If this gonna really know that rating, does it not belong with him or with everybody?
okay, it doesn't take long with him. So I have learned. Okay, so listen, we even during sex, we're very communicative. So even during sex, he's telling me what he likes, what feels good.
I bet.
We're
Those
losing your
right.
sound a little bit, Ghost.
So when he has given me like a roadmap to make him bust, and I know what to do to make it last longer, and I know what to do if I need it to be done quickly.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? That's also like one of the best things when you learn your partner.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's reciprocated too. So I have communicated to him because for I know me and I know my body, and it can take me a while to get there if
Yeah.
things are not done a certain way. So
Yeah.
I have communicated to him the
Oh,
way that it needs to be done, and this nigga has the keys to the kingdom. You got the keys to the kingdom.
Average logical thinker, I'm dead. She said the thought needs to be in his effing head. Because Ghost said, don't be telling him you want to. What about your opportunities?
That was good for the goose is good for the gander.
She said, fuck that. It needs to be in his head. But if it's not something she's going to do, then why even?
Why?
Why throw it out?
Right. Like I'm not trying to make him jealous. I'm not trying to,
Yeah.
dissuade him from doing what he wants to do. I care about him so much that I want him to be fulfilled. I want him to be happy. Like, and if it's something that I can't do, then I want you to find it somewhere else. Please do, because I want you to be happy.
I want to grow up and be like y'all one day. Because I ain't never been that grown. Like, I'm like, you want your dick sucked every day? I'm not going to be able to suck it every day, boo. But I'm going to suck it as much as I can. And if you tell me you got to have other partners, I'm not judging you, right? But everything is not for everybody, and that ain't for me. So I can't,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, my stomach would hurt.
in at work. I'm at the house.
Yeah.
That was King. I was just talking to her, not no coworkers.
Oh, he put
Oh, yeah, he's home.
a conversation.
He's home.
Oh.
Yeah, I can do it. Like, I don't judge people who do it. I respect people who are honest in their relationships and know what they're able to, do.
Tolerate and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool, right? It was, whatever works for you. I thought I could do it, but I sit here and I think about right now. If I think about now, I'm not, listen, what I don't know don't hurt me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when you said you wanted to know, I was like, oh, no, I don't want to know, right? Because I'm going to be on the toilet making caca boom booms and my stomach is going to hurt, right? So just go ahead and do what you're doing and don't let me know shit. But the reason why I can't do it is because I know for sure, as safe as we try to be when we're having sex on the outside, you sucking that pussy, you sucking that shit raw, right? And then you coming back and you tongue kissing me. Like, I don't know. Like, for me to be in a relationship, for me, I'm talking for me to be in a situation like that, if I was even open, it would have to be like a poly situation where I know who she is and she knows who I am. And we all kind of know that we're in this relationship together, even though we're not living together, right? Because I would expect she's getting her medical checkups and I'm getting my medical checkups and he's getting his. That random sex shit makes me uncomfortable. But that's just me, right? Now, there's a lot of people who move safe, but there's a lot of good looking motherfuckers out here with shit.
Burn.
So like I said, that's what I was gonna say. Like you have to trust him to, what I'm saying, make sure the other person is on a certain level too. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
have the freedom to do this. I'm gonna do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like why rush it? I can do this whenever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
Like if
You
I
don't
say
have to take home one night stands.
like I'm not doing that now.
Okay.
So it's like if I meet you, like I'm gonna tell you like I need to see your paperwork. On the real shit. Like you got to show me paperwork because I damn sure got mine.
Yeah.
And so it's like I said, you got to trust him to do his.
Right. Well, I think like
Is does he fulfill you sexually in every way that you require? And if that answer is yes, you got to ask yourself, do you fulfill him in every way? And majority of the time, as a man, sexual fantasy is a threesome. That let you know right there you can't do it by
But
yourself.
and
Right.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right, Ghost. And you know what? That is an extensive conversation I had with the guy that I'm dating, right? Because, I want to know. Like, I've been through the threesome stages. I've been through the exploration stages. I've been through, figuring out what I like sexually. I'm not shy. This is my body. I do what the fuck I want with it, right? And so I ask when I'm getting into a relationship with somebody, I ask them, where are you sexually? Like, are you, what are you into? Right. And if they tell me, I've done threesomes, and I'll be like, do you still want to do threesomes? Is this something that you think about? Is this something that you fantasize about? Is this something that you still want to currently indulge in? Right. These are questions that I ask outright. And if they say yes, and I know that I can't be the participant in that, right? Because that's not something I'm willing to do. Then I right away say, damn, this is fucked up, but I can't be in this relationship because I don't want to deprive him.
Now, see, there's always rules when when you're allowing your partner to do other shit. Then y'all, you talk about there's always rules. What if he still involved you without you having to do any work to her, but she did it to you? Would you be cool with that?
Well, you're asking me.
Oh,
Sounds a little
Are
tempting.
you talking to me?
You asking Angel?
well, both of y'all, but more so.
Angel, because
Okay.
me ain't right. Ask Angel because we're not doing it.
So I think this is
good. He don't need it anymore.
my issue with a threesome. My issue with a threesome, honestly, if I'm 100% transparent, is visually seeing him enjoy sex with somebody else.
All right, so it don't matter whether you participate or not.
So I don't want to see
Why
it.
would you want to know when it was happening? See, that contradicts.
Because no, I want to know when it's happening so that I'm not interrupting.
No,
You're not going to interrupt. You're going to put his phone off.
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna put yourself in one asking questions and want to know shit, because then your mind will be like, damn,
Right.
about how you
Yeah.
fuck my pussy.
And that's good. I'm glad that I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't even think about it that way. I didn't even think about it that way because honestly, if I know when it's happening, my imagination is probably going to be worse than what the actual fact is. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to wonder if they fucking like y'all.
Right. And so that's why I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm glad that you brought that to my attention because I'm like, shit, maybe I don't want to know.
Like I said, mind your business.
Yeah.
He said mind your business, but that dick is my business. Where he going with it?
Yeah, but if he say
not if you allowing it to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want that, no, because being a woman, like you're more emotional than a man. Like, don't put yourself in that headspace. You know what I'm saying? Don't get yourself thoughts, imaginations, and whatnot. Like I said, you're gonna think about how y'all do it, and you're gonna think about him doing that with another woman.
Exactly.
Now, see that other woman's picture, face, or whatever. Now you got a whole visual that you can run with.
Right, and I don't want that.
So mind your business.
I don't want that.
Mind your business. I love this. You know what? I love the fact that people are having more and more open dialogue with their partners when it comes to this, right? Because maybe this is how we defeat so much of the cheating. I'm just hoping, because I do believe that there are men out there, for many years, and women. Let's not forget the women. The fuck, they cheat too. I know, right? That can't admit out loud that their partners cannot sexually fulfill all their needs, right? Some people can't admit that out loud to their significant others because they know that their significant others are probably going to be like me and be like, I don't give a fuck. We're going to figure this shit out, right? And then they're going to be suffering and deprived, and then they're going to cheat on you, right? And so I do like the fact that people are having open discussions. And although I particularly don't want my man sleeping with other women, am I completely closed-minded if he came to me and said, I want to have anal sex on a regular basis, right? And maybe I got hemorrhoids and my ass bleeds. I mean, I'm just being, no, for real.
Right, I get it.
Why you doing it? I'm saying for real, right? Maybe I got hemorrhoids in my ass bleed because I like sex. So I'm the type of person that's like, okay, you can fuck me in my ass, whatever. But what if I can't? For whatever reason, and my man like anal sex, right? And deep down inside, if he was like, I really like anal sex, and he was like, I'm just would it be a problem if I just went out and had a couple of, had an anal sex session?
But this is my thought. If a man has like that much of a need for anal,
that was just an example, but you're right. I'm going
to went to the extreme with that. But since we at the extreme,
we at the extreme.
That's a red flag.
That is
a red flag.
You're right. That was a bad example. So let's use another example.
Wonderful.
Yeah, let's use another example. Well, what could another example be? Like, what the fuck?
It could be head. Like, if he wants to get head, like,
That's
You
true.
know,
But that everyday head, that's really extreme for me. Like if a guy told me you
it
need
is
to stay
extreme.
or you gonna go off to someplace else, I might be like, what? That might be another red flag for me.
Like I said this one before, like a while back, but like one thing that I'm really into though is recording. Then like that's kind of that's somewhat of a requirement. Like it ain't got to be something that we do all the time, whatever the case may be. But every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to pull out the phone, I'm trying to record this. Like,
Yeah.
go back when you still, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to watch it. Yes, you know what I'm saying? When I went without you one day, and shit. And
We just talked about this.
We just talked about this.
We
yeah,
just talked
watch
about
another one. You know what I'm
we
saying?
ain't shot of recordings.
I can watch us. You feel me?
I just hope a sex tape don't float out there. I mean, if it do, I hope I make some damn money off of it because I don't give a fuck. Y'all seen motherfuckers fuck before.
Robin, I texted you a screenshot for
I
mine.
know you did. You text me a screenshot of yours, and I'm like, if my shit gets floated out there, I ain't even gonna be embarrassed. I'm gonna just tell myself, well, you know,
Hey, Fancy.
fancy. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know, it's all good. You know, the fuck. I hope I make some money, and they don't just put it up on Pornhub. I'm just
Yeah.
free.
And you know, let me tell you some sexy shit, right? Some sexy shit is like I'm sitting at work the other day, and he sends me a text message. He said, "I miss you," and I was like, "Oh, baby, I'm about to text back. I miss you too." Then he sends me the video,
Yes, because he was watching it at
and
work.
I'm in a fucking meeting, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Go, your average logical thinker said, "Ghost, it's a red flag if your man love anal."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you can't get it from you, because I man, you got them. A lot of women don't like anal. A lot of women don't. You know what I'm saying? That's not for everybody.
because it's
So
a lot of work.
yeah. So I mean, if you
There's a lot of work. I
you
don't mind it though sometimes.
can't get it from you, it's a lot. It's you know. Anyway,
I know what you're
um,
saying. I know what you're saying. I don't
so
necessarily agree, but I understand. I know what
so
you're saying.
if there's something that he really into, y'all need to have a conversation of will it go that far? And are you okay with
Yeah. Now, see, to me, I don't think it's a red flag if your man likes anal, but I do think it's a red flag if your man likes to wear butt plugs and shit like that. Like if you got a man,
Yeah, right.
some men do that, Ghost.
Yeah, say first of all, it ain't no red flag if that like putting butt plugs. As nigga, that the fucking alarm then went off. Ain't no damn flag.
Some
That
guys like
butt
their
scream.
prostate massaged.
I'm sorry.
Some guys like that. I met a couple in the sex thing. Some men like their prostates massaged.
I understand the male G spot is in your ass, but
Yeah.
the fact that you really want to reach that motherfucker, the fact that you really want to reach that motherfucker. Nah, I'm good, brother. Mm-mm.
You funny. You said the fact that, first of all, it's fucked up that the men's G spot got to be in your ass.
Why? Right?
Yes, it's unfair because they wanted to get their G spot touch, and then when you do ass play, it's called names.
At least been the gooch. Like, why you gotta do? Why?
Oh yeah, suck the gooch. That's a good one.
Like that's as
Georgie
far as you
said,
can go. That's as far as you can go, bro.
"Oh,
Like,
the gooch. That's as good as you need to go. Suck the gooch."
yeah,
I mean, what about right over the asshole?
nah, no, stop, no, look, don't touch my ass.
Lick the
I'm
whole
like,
shit.
look, as long as it don't involve my ass or another man,
It's
whatever.
gonna happen so quick. What you gonna do? Kick me off the bed?
You might.
Oh yeah, you might get that donkey kick. Like,
Right.
Listen, that dick suck will be so good. Y'all will be like, "What legs fried? Oh, your legs will be out in froggy position." What?
man,
Georgie says shit is painful unless they have a little penis.
well,
Georgie,
my ass
No.
vice grips. If you would grazed your tongue across my ass, my man, no.
your her tongue would have been cut right with that ass cheek motion.
What? Oh, we're done. We're done. We're done. Like this session is over.
Over.
With fuck water, I am dissenter.
Talk to
Oh,
me.
how I do it? Get it off. Fuck that. We in the fucking bed, yo. Ain't shit off limits. Johnny said, "Don't touch my ass." Man, it happened so fast. You be like, "What? Did she lick my ass?" Wait, what? and I let her. That's how quick it'll be.
Yeah.
Fucking say it. Don't get in the bed with me.
We,
He said. Listen, as long as you out the shower, I feel like this. Don't be, don't be stingy. My ass is clean. You better get every crevice. Only time I'm not gonna let you lick my ass is if my hemis are acting up, because I don't know if they playing peekaboo or not. So I'll be like, don't do it.
yo, I'm telling you, you gotta don't even tell me about them. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got my mind.
I got to tell you.
No,
I got to tell you because
don't
you
do
might go down there and get extra gifts. I got to
just
tell
say
you.
I don't want that. Say I don't want that tonight. That's all you gotta tell me. And so,
Listen, if you're in a this is me. If I'm in a relationship with you and we are like, I'm the type of person, I'm a bend over, I'm gonna open my ass and be like, can you see them? Are they there? What the fuck they look like? I'm in that kind of relationship. Like, if you my man, you my man. You looking in my ass, you looking everywhere. If I got some shit going on, you gonna help me figure out what the fuck it is. I don't know what's wrong with you, ghosts, but you don't look at hemorrhoids. If your girl had hemorrhoids and she needed you to look at it, you wouldn't look at it. The fuck? It's a part of life, y'all. Now come
It
on.
happens. Like what the what?
I thought y'all were grown, and
Right.
I mean a little cauliflower in the ass. It don't hurt nobody as long as it's
but hey,
clean.
that's not a visual I'm trying to stay with. Cause then I may not go back there no more. No real shit. Cause I may feel like one day I might fuck around and touch that bitch, and you know,
So what? You touch it. You touch the hemorrhoid. It's just a tissue.
It's
It's
a
a
vein.
tissue. It's a vein.
It's a vein. It's an inflamed vein. Like
That's all it is.
But
And
like, but let's move away from calling it cauliflower. Like, let's not.
That right there, the fact that you put a cauliflower visual on it. Now,
Right.
the cauliflower ear already look nasty than the motherfucker, but you want to put that and you want me that shit, my nigga? Like, no, say.
the life of being an adult. I'm just saying.
I feel you, but you know, I'm a visual person. You know what I'm saying?
I know, I get it, but that was the closest description. And even if you look up hemorrhoids, it'll describe it as cauliflower as some of the
like,
descriptions.
fucked up, like, you know, for health reasons, don't get it fucked up. I would, if you really look, I mean, goddamn, man.
Yeah, if you really need you to look, I'm like that. I really need you to look. Like, I need you to get past all your you know, your stomach issues and shit. I'm gonna open up my ass because I feel like you my man.
But I'm gonna tell you. But before I even go and put my mouth back on that again, you got to give me time. Don't ask for it. Don't
On your ass, right? That's fine.
you have to give me time. And like,
That's okay. I mean, if somebody had hemorrhoids in their ass, I might not lick their ass either. But
Right. You need a yeah.
but I'm talking about sex period, like fucking or touching. You know how you put a thumb up your girl's ass? It's not just licking, but you put a thumb up your girl's ass. If she's inflamed, you got to be like, no thumb today, boo.
I wish. Look, she over here talking about that's nasty.
What, the thumb up the ass is nasty? What?
Like it is like
What
she touched at all. Like
no, you can touch it.
what? No, we talking about yeah.
Your ass getting in that shit. Y'all need some fuck water. Georgie said, man, listen, it's easier for your partner to look at it than the doctor. Do you know how they set you up to look at them? The true meaning to face their ass up. They do. They put you on your ass is in the
somebody paid. Trying to say somebody get paid to look at your ass.
Yeah. You got to pay somebody to look at your ass because your man won't look at your ass. All right. I'm just saying. Johnny said, go to the doctor. They went for school for that. They getting paid. Yeah, but still, your man is leaning in.
And like, even if he looks at it, what can he do? Like, what's the point?
Make sure it's not bleeding. Make sure it's not inflamed. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. You said, what can he do? You never had something and you said, can you come and look at this for me? Can you look at this and tell me what it looks like? You never said that?
Yes, I have. But hemorrhoids, I know what they are. I know what they feel like. Ooh, okay, I got a flare up.
All right, I had
a suppository and wait a couple days. Like,
my girlfriend actually called me over to her house. because this is what we do in our circle, right? She said, I got a bump in my ass, right? I said, what? She said, come over here. I can't see it. I went over there. This bitch spread her ass cheek. She had a boil in her ass. Like, like a bump, like you shave, you get an ingrown hair, whole ingrown hair in her ass. And I was like, bitch, you got a big old bump from an ingrown hair in your ass, right? And her ass was spread in my face and I saw the bump. Sometimes you can't see the shit.
Say,
But like, go to the doctor. I would go to the doctor for that.
what you should have done was, because I know a lot of y'all women got that big long ass mirror.
I don't have one of those, but I got a mirror I lay on the floor and I squat over it.
I was about to, you better do that shit. But let me tell you, man, this is totally off motherfucking topic from what we talking about. Say, man, if you got a boil or something, like man, say, but call me. I want to bust that motherfucker. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Oh yeah, some people like that. They want you to bust it.
Man, I'll sit down and watch some videos all day long.
Okay, your average logical thinker. You used to be a medic, and that's most place where women get boils in the crack of their ass. You know the other place where people get boils underneath their arm. I had another girlfriend who used to get them from wearing deodorant. Yeah, she had to go natural and just use lemon.
I don't use
I'm
deodorant.
all over my body, man. I be looking like blackheads, and then like the fact that I can't
Ingrown hair.
shave every day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta let it get like this before I say, like, I'm gonna go ahead and shave a minute and get all this shit off my face. But
Yeah.
like, I be looking for it. Blackheads, I be looking for it. Like boys hurt like a motherfucker. Man, anything big come, I be ready. I be like, man, I'm ready. All this shit come my body out. Like, I want to see how big this seed is. I want to see if this bitch gonna shoot out. Like, what it's gonna
Oh
do.
my God.
Yeah, see, you and Georgie go hold hands and kumbaya because Georgie says, I cringe at blood, but I kind of like boils. Yuck.
Hey,
I'm itching.
if you seen, man, have you seen them big ass balls and shit that be on cows and horses?
Well,
It be
I know.
cool,
I love
like,
y'all. I'm gonna get to work.
bust that over.
I want to be a cowgirl, but not at that level.
Take care.
Bye. Angel just dumped us. Okay, she did her question and answer. Period. Where Fancy K run off to? She's not dressed.
Nah, she's sitting here listening though.
Oh, she listening. Okay. Yeah, this was a good conversation. Y'all took this shit. It's 10:15. What the fuck? But guess what, y'all? So I did tell y'all that my car is not ready today. So where can I drive this new car today?
Oh,
Just give it like 30, 40 minutes and you should be home.
okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where can I drive this car to today? And you know what the dealer said to me? I said, man, I didn't go to work today because I thought y'all were going to call me and tell me to come bring y'all car. And he said, even if we did, you don't ever have to rush. If we call you and say your car is ready, you just tell us when you're coming. I said, what? You mean I could plan a weekend trip in this shit? Like drive like to Virginia or some shit? Oh my God. Johnny said that's something only women can do. I wish one of the fellas would ask me to look at their ass. They have to go to the doctor to remove a hemorrhoid and my foot.
All right.
That's true. Women, we will go to each other.
How cool we are, bro. Don't, matter of fact, don't even call me no more. We ain't friends. We thought we were that comfortable? Nah, bro. Don't
Wait, you said y'all not friends no more if he tell you he got a boil in his ass?
I ain't, like it's like you did enough by telling me you had one, but then you gonna ask me to look?
So how come men, and we touched on this the other day. Why are y'all like that? Like women can look at each other's asses, sleep in the bed naked with each other, hug each other and shit like that. Men don't do it because of what? Is it because y'all really feel some type of way, or is it because society tell y'all to feel some type of way?
Like I really feel some type of way. Like the nerve. Like you have the nerve. Like what? Like what possessed you to ask me that? Of all people, you ask me? Go ask your mama. Why you ask me? Why you ask me?
His friend.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We ain't that kind of friends. We could be brothers.
Yeah. See, men and women friendships are different, right? We don't have, I mean, We do shit like that. Look at each other's asses and shit like that. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm very comfortable. Like if you my man, I'm very comfortable. That's probably why when he responded, the first response was, no, I got to make sure you don't hurt your fucking self, because I'm really very busy. And I am the type of person that will bend over and be like, wait, come here. What's going on back here? And he might be like, okay, you go too fucking far. And I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Just tell me what's back there. That'll be me, because I feel like you down in it. Just as I mean, you in it.
Yeah, I'm saying if you talking about you want me to look and you talking about what's back there and it end up being an ingrown hair or something like that,
Yeah.
tell you as I'm finna pop it. I'm finna that way you ain't gotta worry about this pain no more. I'm finna help you get rid of this pain. It's gonna hurt. Hold on,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
stuff, but it's coming.
I'm okay with that. Help me take my ingrown hair out my ass. Your average logical thinker said my girls can't ask me to look either. I say describe it. Well, I'll be like, oh, let me get the tweezer. I'll pull the shit out too. I don't give a fuck. Michelle said only one friend I would ask that. My late hubby would do that for me. See, Michelle, that's how I am. I feel like that's what my men are for. Like they need to be pulling out my ingrown hair from the crack of my ass. That's what my men are for. But if I have to go, my girlfriend one time, true story, and then I'm gonna move to end the show because y'all gonna want to quit me after this anyway. True story, we went to Wildwood in South Jersey for the weekend. And I have an issue that I told y'all about before on here, that when I go on vacation, I can't make number two. It takes me days. I go through this constipation thing because I'm not on my own toilet, number one. Number two, some of the hotel toilets are high and my feet can't touch the floor because I'm short, and my feet have to touch the floor in order for me to make number two. So I either have to put my foot on a garbage can or some shit like that, right? So this particular weekend, we were in Wildwood, okay? And I couldn't use the bathroom. Day two, my stomach is hurting. We steadily eating and drinking, and I can't use the bathroom. She goes to Rite Aid in the neighborhood, comes back with suppositories. And I was like, this is before I was really, my butt was real tight. I couldn't even do a suppository, right? I was butt virgin. And she was like, turn around, bitch. I'm going to shove this suppository up your ass. Listen, I got in doggy position. You know how y'all have sex? And I did that arch like I'm getting ready to get the eggplant. And I arched real good. I was a good student. And she took that suppository and she shoved it up my ass. Now, that's a friend. I mean, because when you put a suppository up your friend's ass, some of your finger got to go in the ass to make sure the suppository is up there. That's my homegirl. We still friends to this day. I love her. So women do shit. Now, how many men would put a suppository up their homeboy's ass? You're on mute, Ghost. What? Oh, no. You said none?
No. Your ass.
So you would let your homeboy, you would just drive him to the hospital?
Yeah. I do you that. I do that, but I'm, me?
Yeah.
Like I said, the fact that you felt comfortable enough to ask me means you thought this was a type of relationship that it ain't. So we just gonna dead this from here. No.
I love you, I swear. All right. Georgie says she crying. I don't know why you crying, laughing. Ghost died. Oh, Ghost, for real, my feet got to touch the floor. That's a big deal for me. Like that cruise that I went on in November, I couldn't shift for 2-3 days. And my girlfriend was like, she gave me the garbage can finally. And I was like, damn, why did I think of that? And I had to put my foot on the garbage can to use the bathroom.
I find it so funny when people sit down and they feet just dangle.
Yeah, I'm short. I mean, I'm not. I'm not that damn short, but some toilets be high.
Just be swinging.
Yeah, my feet swing or my toes touch the floor. Even if it's just my toes, I can't. I got to be like this to do. My feet got to be flat. I can't be like this.
That's funny.
Okay, I know, y'all, but it is what it is.
She making herself taller. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
What she said?
She making herself talking about I'm tall. No, she not. No, she ain't.
First of all, I'm short. You're not tall, Fancy K. I'm short, but you're not tall. You're just taller than me, and that doesn't say much. All right. What is Fancy K? 5'3"?
5'2".
5'2".
Oh, so me and her the same size. We both 5'2", so you ain't tall.
Right?
Your feet swing on the cruise toilets too, B.
I like the fact that she's short. You know what I'm saying? She 5'2" and I'm 6'3". I
Listen, I love it because when I go up to my man, if my head is not on your stomach, like your stomach and your chest, I don't want you.
it's
And
like the palms around you. I gotta put them over top of you.
yep. And when you kiss me, you got to bend all the way down like this to kiss me. Like I love shit like that. Like I love to walk up to my man and hold his stomach. I want to hug his stomach. If I'm hugging your neck and I'm looking you in your eyeballs, you're not my man, you my friend. That's my preference. I love tall men, but I just posted that tall men. I like tall men, and all the fucking tall men normally need therapy because that's what the fuck happened, right? But I love tall men. All right, y'all. Georgie said Fancy is little too. She is little. That's right. She is little. We're the same size. I try to wear platform sneakers a lot, so people think that I'm taller than I am. You know, the Converse platform sneakers give me a little bitty inch and a half. You know, but I'm really a little bit.
Like, see, she wear like these 3-inch platform things or whatever.
Exactly. That's what I do.
It's like, no, wear them thin split, kind of keep your feet
You
on.
like the short.
Yes, I want you short. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but when you go out dancing.
Yeah, I like. I mean, it make you 5'5", but 5'2" feel better.
They like a little bit. They like a little bit. I love it. I like my man tall. People be like, what? I be like, if I hug your
Telling
stomach, you
herself
man.
that she's tall the same way she keeps telling herself that she's brown. No, you're yellow. You're yellow. You're yellow.
I'm brown. She's yellow. The hell?
Thank you. Thank you.
Brown.
Woo, Lord.
I'm caramel. You are blinging like my son. Y'all are a ray of sunshine. Y'all bright light brights.
You feel me? Almost clear.
Yep. My son is almost clear. Your average logical thinker said, Roy, would you prefer a short alpha male or a tall beta male? I just prefer a tall alpha male. That's it, and that's all. I mean, that's it.
I'd rather be
I can't. I dated a little guy one time. I told y'all he got beat up in the Whitestone Theater. I will never do it again. And it's not because tall guys can fight or big guys can fight. It's just because I feel like people think maybe once or twice before they try it. Whereas with a little guy, they be like, I'm going to fuck you up. Like what they did in the movie theater. They pushed his head. They did all of that because he was little. And then they beat him up. And then I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never dating a guy that is a little bit taller than me. No, motherfuckers take advantage of that.
reality.
Huh?
Theodora talking about y'all let Fancy be tall and brown.
Let her be what she wanna be. Yes, that's true. Let her be what she wanna be, tall and brown. We can see her. Angel said, I'm 5'10", barefoot. Okay, you're tall. Angel, that's tall. I didn't know you were that tall.
I was like, your boots tall, huh?
Huh?
Your boots tall, huh?
My boo, yeah, he's 6'6".
Damn.
Yeah. I love it.
I shake his hand and move to the other side of the table. You know.
You tall too. I saw wedding pictures. I was like, Ghost is really tall.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'3".
I know, but I'm saying,
standing next to a 6'6" nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
no,
hey,
he's really tall. He's the tallest I've ever dated.
I like feeling tall too, so I'm
yeah. You gonna go to the other side?
Yeah.
I know. I didn't realize she was that tall either, Georgie. All right, well that's cool. I'm short. So you have trouble with men because you gotta definitely make sure your men are 6 feet and taller. Because 5'10", and then you put some heels on. See, if I got to look down on my man, some of y'all gonna be mad at me. Don't judge me. I don't want to look down on my man because I feel like I should claim him on my taxes. I don't want to do it.
Gotta rock him to sleep every night, huh?
Yeah, I got to get formula and shit. Oh, there was another guy that I was sleeping with. He wasn't my boyfriend. We were just, knocking boots or whatever. And he came to my house the first time. And when I came in my bedroom, he was laying in the bed. And this is so crazy because me and my ex, the circle fuck dude, this is one of the times we broke up. Before we had our house, I was in my apartment. Oh, was I in my apartment? Yeah, I was in my apartment. And me and the fuck circle dude started early dating then, but he was already acting red flaggish, right? So I said, fuck you. And I started dating and sleeping with this other guy. Baby, I walked in my bedroom. Why this little guy, I say he was little, right? He was like 5'3", so like an inch taller than me. He laying in the bed with the white underwear. You know the ones, like the Fruit of the Loom ones, the tighty whitey ones. It fucked me up. I walked in, I said, you little and got tighty whities on. Now I feel like you 12. That fucked up my whole fucking mood. I was like,
Just had on the diaper at that point. Like, who still wear that shit?
and you not muscular, so your legs was little, and I just felt like you were a toddler laying in my bed. I was like,
They sold them in men.
I was like, that whole image fucked me up. I was like, I can't do it. Like I was risking my life messing with you when my fuck circle boo was calling me and I was in Radio City Hall with you, risking my whole life to bring you back to my house for Fruit of the Looms.
Oh man. Oh no.
Wait, yep, I remember that. My mother said I used to date a 6'8" man. Yes, I remember him. Yes, his name was Tennessee. He was big and tall as fuck. We were living in Queens and he was tall. I remember him, mother. Tennessee. His nickname was Tennessee. 6'8". Okay. That's tall. And my mother is about 5'7". You shrunk a little bit, right, Mom? What are you, 5'6" now? Right? Right, risking my whole life, Georgie, for the Fruit of the Looms. That is a whole nother story I gotta tell y'all, because baby, when you break up with motherfuckers, but they don't want to be broken up, so you still running from them, even though you say y'all are broken up. That's how my life was with circle fuck. I'd be like, we not together, but why am I sneaking? Why am I hiding? Why am I running from you? Because motherfucker was crazy. Okay, hey, K. Belisa. Mother said, I'm really enjoying this coffee with friends. Mother, because you nasty. You nasty, mother. Mother, oh, Theo said you look taller than 5'7". She isn't, though. She just got big boobies. She's not taller than 5'7". She might be about 5'7", or a little bit under. Kay Belisa, they still got me on here. I'm supposed to be working. I got a meeting at 11 o'clock. I inboxed my boss and I was like, I didn't come into the office today because I have to pick up my car. But now I don't have to pick up my car. But I'm going to go into the office tomorrow, y'all, because I got to go. All right. I'm going to go into the office tomorrow. Huh?
Are you still having that conversation with your boo, that euphoric conversation?
I had a big conversation with him while we were on here. You didn't see Johnny saying she's still on there texting. He said, yes, I'll make him feel calm. That was it. And then, when he said for now, I was like, for now, mother, we've been dating since what? He said, we've been dating over a year. I said, oh, at least you keeping clock. I said, when we hit 2 years? He said, when you had COVID. I said, I'm so glad the fuck you know. When you brought the soup to my house and gave and dropped off soup with my mama because I had COVID, that's when you became my man. Right? He said, oh, but we didn't really link up until after that. I said, no, did you hear what I said? When you came to my house and brought me the soup, you became my man. Okay? He said, okay. I said, that was too fucking easy. I said, that was too fucking easy. All right? But that was the conversation. I'm being transparent. Juanita said, Robin is shorty. Yes, I am. They know now. Fancy and them saw me. Don't rub it in. They saw how short I was. I am. See, I'm 5'7". I was 5'8". Okay, so I had it wrong. You shrunk a little bit, but now you 5'7". Yeah. Yes, the soup. I posted on Facebook that I had COVID. and he reached out and bought me soup. And one of my favorite things is soup from the Caribbean store. I don't give a fuck if it's go ahead soup, chicken soup, stew, whatever. I like soup, and that's what he bought me. So I was happy with that. All right. And so y'all, I got to go. But listen, I want to remind y'all about Cancun. I know Ghost and Fancy y'all are not coming. But we will think about y'all in the midst of it all. All right. We will miss y'all.
And if you can't go live while you're out there for a little bit.
We're going to go live all the time while we out there. That's the plan, right? We got a whole agenda of affairs that we're going to be doing. Where's my agenda paper? I have so much papers here, but I have a whole agenda set up for Cancun where we're going to have theme nights, where we're going to have pool.
Read off the agenda list. You'll never get off this live again. So
I know we'll never get off, right? But I appreciate you, Ghost, for joining. You know, you should join the YouTube live more often. We love you here. All right. This was good. All right. And this was a good, meaty conversation. It went places we didn't intend it to go, but Coffee with Friends is like that, y'all. All right. And it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all. I'm going to end the day. Give y'all positive vibes. Peace, Ghost. Thanks for joining. Have a great day, everyone. And you know what I say? Even when you feel what? Low, you can still what?
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Yep.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no man, I still go.
This is Coffee with Friends, and I'm Lord to D-Bone. And happy Tuesday, y'all. Continue to move with love. Continue to spread positive vibes. Continue to be who you are. Continue to be open to growth. And with that,
To the system, I don't wanna be
take this
slave.
message
I've been
with you.
doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta put the switch and you can go and obtain
anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient.
it's belief.
What?
They deceive with the negativity,
But I just fly right by that energy. Hey,
even when you feel low, you can still go.
hey,
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no man, I still
and
go.
I don't.
Go,
Peace,
go,
I'm out, y'all.
go,
Hey.
go, go.